So what is your guys' vision with this podcast? Do you guys want to become like a mainstream podcast host? Like, yeah, what is your guys? Well, let's start with can I just call you Reggie? Like,
Bro,
I
call me
don't.
what you want to call me, bro.
Okay,
You
yeah, sure,
can, man. You
Reggie.
can, man. So yeah, bro, this was actually it's great you asked me this question because I'm the one who came up with the idea. And it came up with it when me and Ebru both were in a manifestation zone. Sometimes we go really detailed into like these mantras. We'll do stuff, 20 minutes chanting of stuff, writing stuff down. So we were doing this alchemist 369, who we're actually scheduled to have a meeting, another interview with him coming up next week. And him and his partner, but he actually had, have you heard of Nikola Tesla? And so you already know, Ken, the power of 369.
No, I actually don't know what
Oh,
that
okay,
is.
because I know you had Caesar, so I didn't know. I thought you guys talked about it, but it was like very briefly. But basically, Nikola Tesla was the one who kind of really that most popular person that I know of that brought it to the forefront, saying about the power of 369. And basically, Earth and the world is like in some geometrical pattern, and all these numbers break down to every single number between 1 and like 8 or 0 and 8, but the three numbers that are missing are 369. So
Hmm.
by applying these numbers in your life with intention, maybe with a visual, I don't really know the history behind it, but this is what Nikola Tesla said. And I think there's a famous quote he said: if people figured out the rule of 369, they would rule the world, like something like that. Something crazy. But so by in the what we'll call the real world is a spiritual world. So in the real world, 369 exists, but in this illusionary world right here that we're in this third dimension, it doesn't exist. So those geometrical patterns we're talking about in this reality. So by us applying 369, it allows us to basically take the cheat codes from that world there that creates and put it here and allows us to create what it is that we want to create. So
That's the
yeah.
beauty of these podcasts, like I don't care who it is that I bring on. I learn something new and cool, like
Yeah,
from
bro. Yeah, that's a
everybody. You know what
powerful
I mean?
thing.
Like
Yeah, that's a
I have
powerful
no
cheat
idea what
code.
this 369 thing is, but just sounds so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I have to look it up and like I have to do more investigation on this. Like
yeah.
this,
Hmm.
it's funny. Like just when you think, and like you guys will experience this more. Like just when you guys think you heard it all, you read all the books, you found all the masters. Like there's always something new that someone brings up that you go, huh? What is that? That sounds really interesting. Like so this. I mean, Caesar may have mentioned it to me. This 369 thing. It's been a while. Like I don't know, but like I don't know. Maybe I probably forgot, or maybe it just didn't like impact me
Yeah.
as much as he mentioned it to me. But yeah, definitely interesting. What is your take on the 369 thing, Ebru?
Oh yeah, so we've been doing the 369 method and even after we had the Alchemist 369 on our podcast. So we very intentionally do this where we write it down 3 times in the morning, 6 times midday, and then 9 times at night, constantly every day. And we
Yeah.
did that for 30 days, so very intentional, and making sure that we write the same thing, 369 times a day. And and you can literally see how things are happening in your
Yeah.
life and
Hmm.
shifting immediately.
Yeah. So that's
So,
what.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
Go
just
ahead.
continue.
I was gonna say. So that's what started this whole podcast.
Yeah.
Was us going through that. Just the idea sprung up. We had never talked about it. We've been together almost 10 years. We just had our anniversary. We met on 11/11, but we
Wow.
never, we never talked about this ever. Like, oh man, one day I want a podcast. Never thought about it. Never an idea. Then all of a sudden, in the middle of this, it was just like this incredible desire. And like I said, it started from like, man, I just want to talk to these guys who are going out of body because I'm ready to go out of my body. So, hanging around with these people is going to increase your chances. You want to be in shape, hang around people in shape. You want to be a fighter, hang around fighters, you want to be rich, hang around rich people, that whole saying. So I just, was just incredibly immersed in this feeling of passion. Like I gotta connect to these guys and booked all of them. And then, man, I need more people now, and it's been history, honestly.
Very cool.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
great, Ken. You talked about, you know, how you talked about you learn something all the time. And for me, I'm learning because we can all relate to that, you know, because I feel like I'm learning so much all the time,
Yes.
and just so many things, like you say, where I feel like, oh, okay, this is new. But then you meet having guests on your podcast and you talking to people, and
Hmm.
then they like blow your mind with like new stuff, you know, and more
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff and deeper stuff. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh man. So I mean, just getting to know more detail into the 369. And when we were doing that, I mean, it was very intentional. And we've been
Yeah.
doing other stuff before, but
Yeah.
when we were doing throughout the whole thing, we were just seeing how things were shifting in our
Hmm.
life. You know, it was
Yeah.
just amazing. I mean, it's
Hmm.
really amazing. And then I didn't even know, for example, out of body, like I didn't even know that existed in my life until, you know, that's the 369. We write down for 30 days.
Yeah. This is just this is like
Those are all
all.
your.
Yeah, this is like
So
all of our mantras, like that you got to write them down 369 times
for
each
30
day.
days. So you write them down
Yeah.
3 times in the morning. You know, you were like waking up. That's the first thing we put
Yeah.
our mind to. And it's really intentional what we want.
Yeah. Your
You
thoughts
know,
create
what we,
reality.
yeah. So, you know,
Mhm.
when you put your thoughts into that, that's
Hmm.
the one that's create your reality, to shape, you know,
Yeah.
it affect the way you think, you know, your behavior is going to change, your thoughts. And then our conversations were all about that. So now we're living in it, you know. So
Yeah.
the first thing we do in the morning, that's what you write down three times. Then throughout the day, the midday, we write down 6 times, writing
Hmm.
it down, you know, and then
Yeah.
9 times, you know. So you're constantly in
Yeah.
that world. And then,
Yeah.
as I was saying earlier, with even the whole out of body space, I didn't even know that existed until Reginald, he started sending me videos and he went out of his body. And then we started talking to guests. So now that's in my reality and it literally happened. So just going back to what you were saying, how you just learn something all the time.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Very,
Very
very
cool.
cool. Okay, okay. So you said that there's like a 369 alchemist guy or something.
Yeah. Alchemist 369. Yeah. Now he's able to go out of his body at will, so
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah. And
okay.
bro, I'm telling you, him and his lady are getting ready to come on our podcast. Um, we're scheduling it next Friday. But one of the questions I want to ask her, because that's one of the things for our podcast that we say we go where no other podcast has gone before. So we're looking for those things that's brand new, that are on the cusp, So one of the things that she said in her out of body experience, which I've heard varying different degrees, is there she was talking to somebody who had like a school teacher ruler, and it was explaining to her like the outer earth, and she was saying that there were some holes in the outer earth, and how her and the people in their planet or their society actually escaped out of this prison system by going through these holes that are here located. They realized there were holes in the sky that they were able to go through, to get out of this earth that they're saying that we are in. So this is one of the things that I really want to ask him and her specifically, because we're actually interviewing her. He's coming on, just as a guest, because we're doing like a couples theme type of thing. So it's just like Ebru said, it can just blow your mind, this what you're finding out. So this is one of the top things that I want to know. I'm already fed up with the system now that I become even more aware of what's going on. If we got to start getting people out their bodies to go through these things, man, we just want to it's a whole new system now. But like I said, we're here as a new earth, so that's why everything we're bringing is new and fresh, and that's got energy behind it.